Ghana fue ye D.N.Adjei ye D.N.Adjei a fertilizer booster. A purely organic. Efrasa simu any de massa no or body and sound pe. Naminu kayo say would be him. It is all the year for and ya dear Diabano, and as a wa would you be Sobia. Not just a map ya, I decorate canenoa, ebe fan to my pa, a dear fra. Nadia ma epestain, a dance so crown the say a near man would be na a woo, na flowers in near Diaban at Tigo, Jawa Joa. So would the epestain canoa and yet say magic no, a bear prum, na aswa babe bre, and what dimupa. It is a say no, we are for a benyeska, and near Nidia, our mabra bomoa. Now to me say, and yasam ketwakra, epestain, a mamma more piafo. A penny for mon frère a Humay, Namonji Chiremuja at Shemidi 0552 505723 and a plus 160 922 78043. Apex fertilizer booster. Piao, Mama Piajuma, Ayanikapa. Making farming sexy again. Apex 10, Operation Kill Yourself. Apex 10, plant your trees.
I wanna share with you, and you can share with me. Come, let's share together. Oh, KTA Mobile, KTA Mobile. Technology worth sharing.
It's the future.
Yo, a tier for an asher for yada a year ubibiara as say an a day a year ne pena yina ya sign a shemu biomnasi a shemu ewa hanmoa and I say a juada do say ne shemu namunina munimemrea as son. A year jumediation kwa a year yankasa yenia bema ya papa ya for Reverend D.N.Adjei or the Ebraying a year. Positivity with Reverend D.N.Adjei. Na ene yegusua ye bomoden ahwese yensa ebeka no munyina amunim se time no asesa de ba time na asesa na no nkyere se yentimi endi dwumai mensa eka no ba munyina amanitua ye Ghana network inti assign ethical nanso ensaye sabri or ba Mra ye training na mesre se obi biara wo beba so bo modern se oba share video no bema unua bia na se wadanfo bi na dwumadie no etimi ayemfa so de ama eye unua no ti ye damase bebre sabre e loadu enti ye betwen amano a loadu ria na yede na abasro and then Reverend any Ebekasabefa attitude or say how to build a positive attitude. How to build a positive attitude into anone topica and Reverend any Bekasa Befahona ansana oni Bekasa Befahono. I think sir Emri Bebre near oni a din komo afa a talent any niamaniama Bebre minimum say adia ba kokra manage ho topic ba kwa manage ho kra aye pain mra oni aye pain topic no many edge sa topic no pa because sometimes no niema bia wo keka aye a me twen adwen asiso say anyese pain aye yawdi nko aha okay sabre yensa aka aye reverend ye try say ebe lodu say pain bi wo hono mo a eba ya brabo mo eba be kire bibia na say eba be yi niema bi ede emayen emayeti niema bi ase emayetimi hu niema bi nti na je say sa niema no ye niema I will say ehun hia pa ehun hia inti enye pain bia na eba wa ya brabo mu a na ekire se bibi boni bi ekoso anase wo how bi ba ya brabo mu a na ekire se enye edumre bi wa brabo mu a na pain ye yaudie ye because yaudie no betimi aboa wo anase yawdie na ebeba wabrabo mu no ubetimi asua bibi afrim na timi aboa wa mo move on from one level to the next level. Intermediate ya meka nyina ne se eyade a bibi biara esi wo yabrabo mu no eya na ehu ehia pa bibi biara esi wo yabrabo mu eya ehu ehia tietiefo sabre mesrese moma yemfa commercial ba ko na emra commercial si course na ya boy ehu modern se ye be link up.
I wanna share with you, and you can share with me. Come, let's share together. Oh, KTA Mobile, KTA Mobile. Technology worth sharing.
It's the future.
Ghana fue D.N.Adjei Epestin fertilizer booster. Purely organic. Efrasa simu ene de masase no obo ade ensa no pe. Na menu akayo se wudro bia nim. Enti se ode yafu a anya ade aduaba no anase wo a wudi no benya sosaso bia. Na chese be ma kwaye aye dekorate kane no a ebe fa na tuma pa e de afra. Na de ma Epestin eda nso kra ne se enema no wadua na ewuwo na flowers ne aduaba no etiti guodo agya wadwo a. Se wudi Epestin kanu a ene tese magic no ebe ye prom fe na aso ba bebre ahwadi mu pa etisese no kuafo ebenya sika ene anigye awo mabrabo mu a na otimi se enya sam keto akora Epestin e mammo piafo epanifo monfre ahoman na monje nkiremu ya ehye medie 0552 505723 ana plus 160 922 78043 Epestin fertilizer booster piao mama kuadwuma ayanika pa
making farming sexy again. Epestin, operation kill yourself. Epestin, plant your trees and crops.
Yeah, TF1 Ashafo, I think see any technical issues kakra to connect Reverend Inti Moma Yemre kakra okay Sabre Yensa etimi aka Reverend Ti Yensa kani di anacha se network ni enye ninti no ene de bibia be papa sa de betimi bebo abema dwumadie no ebetimi ebe kosunti Sabre di anacha se yeda obi biara wanya emre no wa bekan ho yeda mase bebre nti Reverend we de yema wa kwaba ede ba wankasa wudwumadie so na ene so topic a wode ato ho no na chese attitude nti minim se bebre mbajo say
oh sound the name agojo
oh sa mame bibi anso ye clear wa ha meba mame nko online amenhwe se bibia ye cleaner pacho meba o
kojo why muted oh sound the name
me sound mba hey pacho meba meba me shit Reverend Minya muted o
sound the name
pacho check
name.
o volume
Maybe
aya juma wa hanom Facebook eba
but sound the name mente
onte hey meba me shade mete one kapa I can hear you meba yeah obi was ote wonka aye Ebenezer Donko ote wonka pa meba private chat
and there are some crazy
but my send message minim say wa hu a Ebenezer, thank you so much for joining. Abribia woba yada se bebre se de bia winya emre na ubetie. Okay. Yeah. Reverend Patrioti yanka.
They say there, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Minja the major not all. And to wait Reverend Yama Wakwaba at the bar where would you mediate so
Yeah,
with Reverend D.N.Adjei. I think say Yenya Bema
very interesting.
don't call Ebenezer or ya dear or type ABTA pa minim sebia unimuna.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, or
baby.
Denver. Or Denver,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of the time,
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
very. It's Reverend,
But
and then
yeah,
I
now
think
or
say,
question yeah of our day mommy.
oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that I see baby. It's Reverend. I think
Yeah,
say, and
I
then the
think so.
major amount, not just say, Umrisha.
Yeah, yeah. Encourage you chief was say, by listening to program, no say question be answer or what. Just like I was saying, over to me forward there, but now, D.N.Adjei. Kojo Yewie, one of long series, no. I mean, we're looking at talent, and
Sure.
I tell you,
Sure.
yeah, no, it's a Yewie series. Now we come back to our main focus, which is positivity,
Sure.
And then we want to go back and just say one or two things about positivity. We are hoping, say, I'm next week there we may start another series, a bit developed. And
Okay.
Tienya started a new series here. We just want to say one or two things about the focus of this particular team positivity. And I say how to build a positive attitude. Now, Kojo Mijiri say, Yabuta Yenina say at the end of the day, no, you bet me anya sa attitude never boy ama achieve a niema unyame pese achieve.
Sure.
All these things are here discussing on the talent, If you are able to discover your talent, if you're able to develop your talent, allows you can share some other things you are supposed to do about your talent, Yes, you are supposed to direct your talent. We said so many things. They're supposed to defend your talent. Because you say a Christ and your money.
Sure.
Say about talent, bit to me. Juma, then we need that positive mindset, And that is why we always come back to team positivity agenda for the group. Now, just 5 things, and then person can. Na yede kaka on some of the things yes. Number one, now the article and I make kind about developing a positive attitude. No, say a person it develop a positive attitude. We should listen to our internal dialogue. Na the now kwakosi and say nipa bi was so the only reason why you develop a negative attitude is sometimes because of an obstacle will be facing. Enti adeɛ bi a yɛyɛ biara no deɛ nti na onye yi adwene bɛhyɛ da abam because sometimes we see the task ahead of us as more difficult than our abilities can. Ɛtɔ da bi wɔ hɔ nso so a saa task na yɛde ato yɛ akoma so a yɛpɛ sɛ achieve sometimes some people are telling us it is not possible. And sometimes to the resources are here in order to be able to champion that cause. When you're to Yakuma, so the resources they are not available. But also if we want to maintain on the track of positivity, then there is a dialogue that is going on within us. And that dialogue, it talks in two different positive sense. The first sense of this dialogue, and they say, when all the other external factors are showing, say, then you listen to the inner man. The inner man will ask you, why at all did I allow this dream to come into my heart? And so then that is the initiation. Say, if I am not able to achieve this, Then why at all did I think about it? Why at all did I dream about it? Why at all did I consider taking a step like this? And sometimes, the inner self, gives you the reason and the understanding why you are embarking on that difficult task, And as you try to communicate with your inner self, discovering the basis of that task you are taking upon yourself, it gives you a positive attitude towards whatever you are doing. And until when all other voices are saying negative things, when the external factors are saying, say, the one of the places you bring a positive attitude, they're free, is to look within ourselves and put that challenge into a dialogue. Now, yema yen koma enkasa nkyerɛ yema the spirit man within us no so no onkasa nkyerɛ. Now, in this article, no said na OC explaining, I think the article published by Clark University. They now explain say sometimes to positive attitude now you develop, it's because Adiana everything is pointing say if you look within, that sometimes to the inner man will also give you a better option. Because you have a better option. And what I mean is if you are now, then you start convincing yourself say this particular way and it be very difficult for me. Why don't I try a different thing and not so very possible for me? But if we concentrate on the negativity and the fact that we cannot do what we have set our minds to do now you have a dialogue within ourselves that we may not have the access to the other possibilities and give it to me achieve. And sometimes if we stop looking at the negative faces, the negative fingers that are pointing at us, then probably we'll have a different thing be or we probably might do it better than what we set ourselves to do. And in the first point, most of the time, if you want a positive attitude, especially when everything shows that it is impossible, the first place you should be looking for that positive attitude within us, and allow that dialogue to go on. Because there is a reason, there is a basis why you are setting yourself to do that one. Now, number two, so if you are able to communicate with the inner man, and you have just that little light, say, oh, at least there's this sense of possibility with what I want to do, then you try as much as possible, say, we be placing yourself in a positive environment. Also, could you say, yes, so a jar, fear. Yeah, say, obepa matches back up. But some matches back up now, obepano. Say, oh, they saw a jabia, then if it is material now, this some combustible, like it's a dear timidary man year. That match back now also, it's me there is a papers now, person was shining in a manibo. But say also much, not so they call to that dear be one. That they are no entimi enteri means peki ejana e match no because that little light and a little fire from the match, it was not placed in an environment best set the fire ablaze. And the second step, if you want to do what you want to do, now say the environment is not conducive, it is negative. Now it is not promoting a positive attitude. You look for the light, you look for the ignition within. Once you're able to discover that ignition now, then you carefully position yourself in a positive environment. And there are some other people, even if they know that it is not going to be possible, they are not going to tell you negative things. They are not going to. And so the second thing you do is after you discover that little light, don't go back into the environment in a bit and the amount. And sometimes, so one of the reasons why we are not able to develop a positive attitude, when we have been able to ignite ourselves, when we are able to develop a good positive passion, to do what God wants us to do, then we place ourselves in a negative environment. So if you put yourself in a negative environment, that attitude cannot be developed.
Yeah, okay.
And why show moon besides why at all did I begin this journey? Why at what at all can I do? Said a bear many so I didn't know me see many so I'm person me. I won't sacrifice it completely. Make me a baby, ne a be achieve baby. So you have gone beyond the first step now. And to the first step, I'm just a little light. It may just be a little light, a little encouragement from within, a little enforcement from within. But where do you place that little hope now? What discover now? And so then the external environment, you create it for yourself. You decide which kind of environment I am going to discuss this. And so, Kojo, if the people who are regular in your life, if they are negative people, they are pushing you down, what you do is in their presence, you stop talking about it. So you can say chinchina frejuma woman na free environment na woman. But that idea now person will achieve if there are people are omopen not only almost share and they are trying to put down the vision, they are trying to put down the dreamer. You try as much as possible, say in that environment, you don't share that dream again. But in that other environment where you have people who are ready to fund that fire to blaze, then you open up to talk to them. And so look for the right environment. More develop a positive attitude. And I think that with about 2 years of this discussion, some of us, if we have followed this discussion, it helps us to identify the kind of environment best set it ablaze the flame you set it within us. Decide what kind of environment you want to expose the flame. The positive mindset now when you know. Your responsibility say niema bebre na owo ananka ebu mabemu mama shift into the pattern of negativity. But if I've been able to put myself together and I've been able to ignite the dream again, where can I share the dream? Kojo ana obi ni me can be I don't know, maybe my men kwane kakra because a personal issue. Now oka say oba betena ha no na okoko duru asase bi so hu so obi ye bibi wo ho. Then and the onene kunu di ho nkomo. Say ade we ya ekoso wo ha me die sum ni mu say yenso ye bie bibi wo ho a. Mean say that sometimes some things they work in partnership.
Yeah.
Enti ade a ekoso wo ha yi asase e dan change yenso ye ko china nke yenso ye de ye bibi wo ha. Because some of our baby we need to know we so boy. And just like in other countries where you see a sugar factory, they know say sugar na yeba be and you chim so ni free sugar cane anymore. I heard here na wo ni nyina no. It's something that can be used in the production of paper and other things. And that is the kind of idea now or but the same person now or discouraging a spouse from promoting that idea, at the end of the day, they realize that that same person has started a business like that. You discover the light from within. If you want to discover, to build a positive attitude, that fire will always come from within you. But where do you position that fire? Say the bear and framana befason entumno nemo mababwa ama nadere. And it is your responsibility, say, Obabo modern say you will look for people who are not fire servicemen, but ama aniswadi encourage. Now I think that this project and now if they had gone ahead to do that because they are the original vision bearers, then God would have given the better direction. It would have been even better than what we saw. Because they conceived the idea, they had a passion behind it, but unfortunately, environment kura mkukudua abano and sheda ambwa ye. Then the third thing all can say we need to volunteer to do certain things. Ebebwa amaya develop this passion. No? And so if you have that light within you, that sense of positivity. Now, number two, when you're a good environment, what are you doing? Then I want to know, oh yeah, to promote a positive attitude. And so be engaged with that thing you want to do. Start doing it. Start questioning yourself. Start talking to other people. Make yourself the volunteer to develop it. So somebody will not help you to develop the positive attitude. You advertise it and make yourself that person who is ready to volunteer to help you develop that positive attitude. And sometimes, say, yeah, I'm fire one say we are at the other side of the bargain. I am the promoter and I am the volunteer at the same time. So at the beginning stage of every big vision piano, sometimes you have to be double tasking. That's tasking. The mechanism. So you are the vision bearer, but you are also the supporter at the same time. And sometimes if you're able to do that, and to push ourselves up now, then when the vision opens up and other people come into support, then you understand how everything works. You understand how the office of the management works, how the office of the supporters work. Then it helps you to balance everything and to promote the dream and the vision. What they are to and most of the time, at the beginning of every bigger dream, if you want to continue to have a positive mindset, you need to begin to do it yourself. Chicheumu kakra kakra, yebibia kakra 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 kakra. And if you are able to spread out and to do a little bit of everything to put the thing in shape, then that is when you open up for support and other people come in to support. Then the fourth thing is also get pleasure out of the simple things in life. Anybody who want to develop positive attitude, because you said, I think that your talent, and I made a comment like that we celebrate even little achievements.
Yep.
Yeah. And so those simple things in life, now we'll start, develop a pleasure in it. Say, this, as long as they contribute to the dream I want to build, as long as they contribute to where I want to be, as long as they help to promote what I want to achieve, then I am not doing it just for the profit of it, but sometimes I'm doing it for the pleasure of it. Because anything that you are doing with your will, it becomes so much easy for you to do.
Yeah.
Where there is a will, there is a way. That is what Moka. Where there is a will, there is a way. And at the beginning of everything, Biana, person with the passion, Ramana Oye, now who face the obstacle, who face a lot of negativity. One of the things that will help you to continue to do and to push it forward is to do it for pleasure. It gets to a time, sometimes you have to just stop thinking about profit and just do it because you feel happy to do it. You just do it because you feel it adds some kind of light to our life. Meanwhile, it's a bigger project here in the near future, and when you're able to do it, they profit better. But at the beginning stage where the negative voices are too much, if you are doing it for profit, then they will always have the grounds to discourage you. Anything you are doing for profit, be a profit, man, then the naysayers, they use that to discourage you. But if everybody knows that this one you are doing it because it is your passion, this one you are what happens, you find no matter what happens, you find the right motivation to continue doing it. Then you do it out of pleasure, you do it out of pleasure, you do it out of pleasure. Me ye di ama me ho, me ye because me ye amaniche. Or then you tell other people that this one I'm doing it for myself. It's not for any calculated reason. And so if other people understand that this one makes him happy, and that is why they are doing it, then they are not going to evaluate their success no according to the profit you make, but according to the happiness you generate out of it. And so people will willingly want to help you because they think that you are developing a sense of happiness from it. And so they are helping you to do it so that it makes you happy. But if you let other people know, say, I'm doing because of the profit, then people are not seeing the profit. How would they help you? And it is a what shape be sinners and negativity in the the mindset necessary. I'm doing it out of pleasure. Many wanting I'm a person here. And this alone no, brings you to that point where you develop a positive attitude towards it, no matter the results that come. No. If the results is not something you expected, you are not doing it because of the results. No. So you still have the positive attitude to continue. Until say you bet me a training your mind say, adeɛ bi ahyɛseɛ bi ɛden. Adeɛ bi ahyɛseɛ bi nkurɔfoɔ bi wɔ hɔ a wɔnte wase. Adeɛ foforɔ bi ahyɛseɛ bi nkurɔfoɔ bebree wɔ a wɔnhu from wɔnhu the end from the beginning. No. Probably you are the vision bearer. My spiritual father has always said that vision is very difficult to explain. And because you are the vision bearer, you understand the whole process. No. Then you let everybody understand, say, I am doing it because I have pleasure in it. It gives me more happiness when I do it. Then you are encouraged to do it. You build a positive attitude in doing it. It pushes you on. Because the last point I make, and it says, develop a positive attitude towards whatever you want to do, or say, permit yourself to be loved. Because what the article was trying to explain is most of the time, we verbally say certain things that makes us feel say we want people to love us. But we don't open up to receive love. And it's very difficult to love them because probably because of past experience via omukomu any antino. So if people willingly want to show love to you and to help to push you and to help to develop a positive attitude within you now one more kakra because of some fears because of some experiences because of a past relationship, because of a past failure because of sometimes the way we were trained, And if we open up for people to love us now, then in the show of their love, it helps us to naturally develop a positive attitude. And that will translate in the other things that we are doing. So you need a natural sense of love within you, to develop a positive attitude. But so close to yourself, now, and I don't know. Now, and I say I've gone through a lot of counseling, and I've heard so many things. At least within this week, counseling sessions, I've had so many things. And I think that one of the things I know in Yamenemekasa with one session, I'll be taking it up tomorrow, is that what the lady simply said, they said, so I am in emotional pain. And like, oh God. Because sometimes when I make us say, you can't share it here. But
no. Don't share it, but
yeah. So then the background of the whole issue, they say, so because of those emotional struggles and emotional pain, or open up for other people to love him and to love her. And if you put yourself on that platform, then you will not develop a positive attitude.
No.
Enti dia yɛka nyinaa no sɛ number one no wohwehwɛ wo mu na wahwɛ the light from within no Number two, who see a positive environment. Even if you position yourself in a positive environment, you are somebody who has closed your heart to love, then you will not find a sense of positivity from environment now. And so, but this fifth point, the last point I'm saying, is very critical, and I think that is the basis. Say, minu mi no say, ye pesi ye be strong kona nyame enam ye nsoma yetimi ye niema kese. Open yourself, become lovable. Permit people to love you. Permit people to say good things about you. And sometimes obi wants so what kind of platform what you say be our better nana. Sometimes life problems and challenges it closes our heart. Ebi wo obi by or be defe no da na ema buna bemo kwan bi so. And so whenever you want to encourage that person, no, he or she feels say won so baba better.
Sir.
Whenever you are trying to compliment that person to help the person to develop a positive attitude, then the sense that way so about it breaks our spirit, it doesn't help us to develop a positive attitude. As we try to develop the attitude of positivity, we live in an environment. And as you live in an environment, open your heart for people to love you. Open your heart for people to compliment you. Open your mind. Even if people say certain things, that wouldn't say, actual, it's not real, it's not coming from them. At least you forget about their personality. And at least at that moment, the choice of words they have decided to use to compliment you, see some sense of love in it. It will help you to develop a positive attitude. I told everyone, but genuinely, at the end of the year, at that particular time, you are doing your best, you are doing better. And so if the person say it and you know that, we're crown but is it true? What the person is saying, is it true? Yes. It is because you are achieving something, it is because you are starting something. And a person is giving you a compliment, open yourself, laugh over it, be happy, accept that at least somebody has noticed something that you are doing. And if we open our hearts so much to be loved, then it becomes the basis for a positive attitude. We cannot even encourage ourselves because we put ourselves on a platform where we are not lovable. People will not even want to come close to encourage us to pursue whatever we want to do. And we need to develop an attitude of positivity. If you want to achieve positive things, it is not just an act of positivity, but an attitude of positivity. This is what I'll be leaving you with, Makandia, but we'll come back to it. This is the tablet. So it's not just an act of positivity that will help you get there. It's an attitude of positivity. And so you will take 1 minute to do an act, but it takes a lifetime to develop an attitude. And so please open yourself, be a wakumemu, let people love you, so that as you receive the compliment and you love and you appreciate the things that God is able to use you to do, it becomes an attitude within you. Ebetimi aboa ama wodi akonkan na wabrabo akonkan. Onyame onhyira ye no nte na ne monche, so that every member of team positivity can develop a positive attitude.
Amen. That's bebre. I think so. Yebesua niama bebre edi free eye we mu. Emre bebre do baby na we listening to our inner self. We do all right, but you take it the necessary step. And just if do baby in so fear and so can we listen all right, but because of fear, it me my move on. It may move ahead. I think, sir, after and then we'll be better. We will start having that way. Say, anytime, you been like we'll start listening to our inner self, and as that inner dialogue now, we start that because see, I'm sure you're not fear setting and not just say allow negativity, negativity about it now which is not good because Betma can be brave. You could have a whole lot of people out there or more intentions or more vision and common way, but because of that negative people around them, and I said the fear of not making it, the fear of say whatever they have in mind, it's not going to succeed in TBA a better omo aba form not to say intimi Emma omonye. Now, Reverend, idea back when say is it a way and answer is it a process that one can nature I know so I let's we say, but
yeah. And they are now pointing out our canon. And as America said, most of the time, these things I'm talking about, she was speaking it from a point where the environment, is a negative environment. Because what I say, the point is a negative environment. So you look within you, there's the sense of fear, there's a sense of impossibility, there's a voice of negativity. So what I was saying is that you are just looking for an ignition, just one word from your heart that tells you it is possible.
Sure.
And in the midst of the feeling of fear, in the midst of the feeling of the negativity, you are just looking within you. At least, why at all did I begin this? And so you are just looking for an ignition. Because you know the example said. So from within you, it may just be the fire from the matchstick, But if you look for the ignition, now when Sanya Koso ignition, you are seeing a little light at the end of the tunnel now. Where do you plant that hope? That little ignition, then the second step is that what environment? Now, what's a midi home como? Many form be shaming crime mum. Sene said, Messa de Beko baby are almost saying ye. And I think that is a second point that is a problem where we discuss the vision.
Okay, yeah.
Where we discuss the idea. So we are able to get that ignition from us, that we take it back to the naysayers to quench it for us. No. When you look within you, besides the fear and all the things that are telling you it is not possible, you are able to find just one light at the end of the tunnel. Position that light in an environment never build a positive attitude. That is what I really meant.
Okay, thank you so much, Reverend. I think yafa aya umre bebre yafa almost 45 minutes in tea. A tier for ne ashafo say question be a wobetimi ascend but say only question be a dia na na yedi dwumadi no ebeba ewie yeda yenua be ma aye donko Ebenezer Ase for sending in message any difficulties and I think so whatever he had ebeboa yenyina de ati and then ebeboa ye amayetimi a move on because it do baby cry now sometimes some of the things ebetimi every area be anka won expect say that negative way saying will come from but to be na efi honmaba but if you on mobile that doesn't mean say it seals it say that is what it's going to be. What within you one necessary use winner we say listen to winner self to see say and answer you say to yourself say I can do it and answer it is possible. Indeed, someone accept whatever is coming from the outside way into your circles now. Now we'll try to say that Reverend now working. We'll try now associate you with positive people that believe in you. Positive people that know say you can do it. You can do it with your effort. Once you don't give up, I know say you can do it. Yeah, that's be Miankasana and then Masuani Mobibri na and now send Miankasana and Kasana and then program me. Betimaka say a seat must be so. It's more or less like I said, we need a situation be. I said, there can be, but no one can be here. But be sure what is going on now. Anything negatively be surrounding me at the moment, I believe, sir, I can turn it around to be a positive one. And I'll say, I thank you so much for a message, and whoever is listening, I know some will benefit from this. We shouldn't allow negativity to eat us. We shouldn't allow people around us, whatever that comes out of their mouth, is to maybe bring you down, to let you feel say you are nobody, you can achieve it. But we should keep on pushing and believing in, especially once we are Christians, we should believe in God. And when we believe in God and we keep pushing, I know, sir, our good Lord will never let us down. Reverend, we only be kakra me for say me de ebeka ho. And whoever is listening, ubia wotie bia and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, and whatever you want to achieve in life, you can achieve it. Because Reverend Adia Bakwaya na me can say, me give up. What do I get in giving up? So I would rather try, keep on trying, keep on pushing than giving up. Because if I give up, I don't benefit. And if I keep trying and I fail, at least I'll have some lesson out of it. I'll learn some lesson out of my failures. I think so. And then Jumadi, media. Eba mami, thank you so much. Yeah, that's me brave. Imagine a tear for ne, I shall phone anemu na yada wase. Sɛ abere bia wonya emre na oba bɛka yɛn ho nti sɛ abere deɛ wo nsɛm a ɛtwa toɔ koraa a wode bɛma yɛn ansa na wo ne yɛn adi nkra.
Yeah, like I said, Nami Adoma next week we'll start a new series now. Then we'll take it from there. And
Oh,
for just as I was saying, said, like I said, you are developing an attitude. An attitude is different from an act. And the attitude means that you don't even have it. You are now developing it. It's sometimes it's just a seed, but you want to water it, then it becomes your attitude. But you subai say way there or your positive mindset will be a positive mindset. And you may not be that person now. And that is why we are talking about developing it. And in Timuma if say we continue to experience negativity and the fear and everything, whatever we continue to feel, it's part of the process, But at the end of the day, your vision is say you perceive develop an attitude. And so an attitude, and just one single act, So please, this week, and say, I am going to put myself on a platform, say, the positivity within me, will grow from one step to the other. Because your positivity level into me, but
sure.
our main aim is true or not, it will become an attitude within all of us. And so, Mr. Raut said, if you are able to mark your positivity level, if it is 0.10, make sure say go through next week, we are moving it at least to 50%, to 60%, to 70%. With time,
Sure.
then becomes an attitude. And so this is the tablet for the week. How do I develop the sense of positivity within me?
Okay.
How do I develop the sense of positivity within me? What kind of environment na be woman? Emma mean develop a sense of positivity. Because time and Sunday, but I thought that we want little positivity be able to develop in a different issue. It affects how you solve problems at your workplace. And it's a now with the positivity free fear, it affects your reactions to things. And so we are not just talking about an act of positivity. We are talking about the attitude. Begin from somewhere. Make it a decision. Say, I am going to ensure, say, my positivity level, I'm moving it from grace to grace, from power to power. Then if we talk positive, we speak positive, we think positive, we act positive, we develop a positive attitude, we will always achieve positive results. God bless you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. For Yada Obibiara as Reverend Yasanda was Sibium. T Sabri, a tear for Nasha for say commercially see last month and can be Bianani a year may ne Reverend D.N.Adjei, not any more AD and Cranes. I must be brace and ne video ye Yabesan Bobium, Yabesan tea because ye tear a bayan for so a day a mine. Yada obi biara ase. Inti Reverend we dey na kyerɛ yada ase bebree rade enhyiraw sɛ na watwe bia onya emre eba ebekan ho.
Ghana fue D.N.Adjei Epestin fertilizer booster. Purely organic. Efrasa simu ene ya de masa sino obo ade ensa no pe. Na menu akayo se wudro bia nim. Enti se ode yafu a enya ade aduaba no anase wo a wudi no benya soso bia. Na chese be ma kwaye aye dekorate kane no a ebe fa na tuma pa e de afra. Na de ma Epestin edan so kra ne se enema no wadua na ewuwo na flowers ne aduaba na etiti godo agya wadwo a. Se wudi Epestin kanu a ene te se magic no ebe ye prom fe na aso aba bebre ahwadi mu pa etise se no kwiafo ebenye sika